Hey YouTubers, tonight I am going to be reacting to various TV show themes that back then at the very least I hated. I'm basically doing this to see if I still hate them or, more likely, I hope, my opinions have changed. One of the things that I admittedly pride myself on, as anyone who knows me personally will be able to tell you, there are actually no real songs that I actually don't like anymore. You know, songs that are on the radio and on albums, you know, performed by band singers, that kind of thing. I basically do not dislike any anymore. But I am a bit more judgmental when it comes to music on TV and on films. The reason for this is probably because the stuff you get as albums that are actually made to be songs and not just songs for a TV show will likely have a bit more effort into them. I'm not saying TV themes don't have effort, because a lot of them, in my opinion, sound awesome, but you at least have the idea that maybe some of them were basically like, oh, you know, it's just a song for a TV show, let's just throw whatever in there. And I'm not saying that's what happens, but it can happen. So maybe I'm a bit more judgmental there, because I feel like they should have the same effort that a real song does, because ultimately all music is real music to me, TV included. So I'm basically here in memory lane looking through all these shows that I at least know the theme songs to, and just to reassure you all, if a show that you love appears on this list, the fact that I didn't like the theme does not mean that I hated the show. And we'll be kicking things off with Dinosaur King, a show that I didn't really watch, to be honest. I think I basically just glanced at bits of it and then just sort of didn't bother. So I'll try and watch anything that I haven't seen. I will try and watch one day. I owe it to myself. I owe it to the shows. Anyway, that's not what we're doing today. We are doing the theme songs. Okay. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. It's got a good beat to it. Okay, there's the rap. I remember the rap. I always found that like stupid, that they're right next door. What was that in there for? Okay, what's this? I remember all that. If the Fortnite creators are watching, I've found some new dances for you. Okay, got a bit slower there, didn't expect that. Okay, that was Dinosaur King, and as you saw there, I don't think I hate it anymore. I'm absolutely not sure if I even hated it that much. I think I probably heard it once or twice and then decided, no, that's not good. I focused mainly on the lyrics of it when the rap came in. I kind of felt back then that the rap didn't quite fit in. I think I was a bit more judgmental towards rap back then. I liked rap, but I basically didn't see the point of like throwing it into a song that isn't a rap everywhere else, but I'm okay with that now. And I didn't think much to some of the lyrics I remember. I just felt like that watch out because they're right next door. I just felt that just sounded a bit silly, like they were struggling with lines or something. But I don't know, I doubt that I could write anything better. The next show is a show I actually did watch and I remember loving it. It is Sonic X, and why I felt the need to actually tell you what the show is, I have no idea, because if there's one thing I do remember about this theme, and I remember it quite well, so I am technically cheating here, it doesn't leave much of a mystery over what the name of the show is. There we go. Okay. lyrics, anyone? Was I the only one who liked that character? Chris, obviously. Yeah, I know I was. I get why people didn't like it, but he was alright. Okay. Lyrics, anyone? Yeah. You can just picture the meeting, can't you? Hey boss, I've done it! Oh, hey. Did you come up with the theme song for Sonic X yet? Yeah, you are gonna love this one. I was thinking we sing the name of the show and then we repeat it in a silly voice. Uh-huh. Yeah. There's not much to say about that one, is there? Was there anything I liked about it? I suppose it doesn't last that long. So that's one thing about it. I wouldn't say I hated it exactly. I guess I just don't care. I just feel like they could have used more than just the name of the show. That was always something that would make me put a theme song on the bad list, basically. Like, if the only lyrics in it was just the name of the show again and again and again and again. And I just think, I think I was getting a bit, nostalgic in the bad way, when it's all the things I remember are better than what's out now, that thing. So it was basically like, oh, back in my day, we actually had lyrics in our theme songs, which, of course, we still had then and we still have now. But I suppose it's not bad, it just isn't anything. But this is the weakest we've gotten so far. My gym partner is a monkey. I didn't just start talking randomly there. That is actually the next show we are going to be looking at the theme song of. And another show I enjoyed watching to some extent. I think I need to watch it again. It's been so long, but I remember enjoying it. So, apart from this, of course. Okay, drum beat, nice. Put a bit more effort into it, pal. Oh, God. Yeah, I get the joke. Well done. Okay. I kind of cut off. No, it didn't. What am I on about? A few things I wasn't expecting there. I kind of don't remember the show being quite like that. Yeah. I suppose, there is a beat. That's a better beat than Sonic X. Anyway, my opinion over the start of it is still pretty much the same as it was back then. This is what put me off the song. Is that at the start the singer just sounds really bored, like he just isn't trying at all. I don't know if that's the idea, but he just sounded really bored during the opening there. It was like, and I just thought, oh come on, there's like this song with a good drum beat going, it's all, jungle like, obviously, and you're just like talking like you're reading a newspaper or something, make more effort, mate. But I suppose it might have been intentional as well, because, he's in a place where he didn't fit in. Or maybe it's because that was like the Human Skull, and Human Skull, that's obviously supposed to be boring, and, the Animal Skull's more exciting. That could be it, because the song does pick up when he gets to the Animal Skull. So I think that might have actually been the intention, actually. So that's pretty good. If that's the case, the song just gained an extra point. So well done. Okay, this next song I'm actually cheating with because through no fault of my own, I actually did end up hearing this recently. I was at a convention last weekend and they played this during the dance, which I wasn't prepared for, and I couldn't just walk out the room. I couldn't just stand there in the middle of the dance floor like, I couldn't just do that, could I? So I basically had to hear this earlier than I intended to. So I am actually refamiliarised with it now, and I kind of had a specific reaction, and it might be the same here, we will see. But I'm going to include this anyway because it is a theme song that I used to hate. I still want to see for sure if I hate it now, even though I kind of have some level of idea behind it. This is Phineas and Ferb.
There's 104 days of summer vacation and school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend.
Yeah, every generation has that problem, mate.
Building a rocket or fighting a mummy or climbing up the Eiffel Tower.
It's the literal version.
Or it's something that doesn't exist or giving a monkey a shower. Surfing tidal waves, creating nanobots or locating Frankenstein's brain.
Okay.
Finding a dodo bird, painting.
Yeah, because if they just said a dodo, we wouldn't know what that meant.
As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do.
There's a whole lot of cringe.
Come on, Barry. So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all.
Oh
So stick
dear.
with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna.
It's alright.
Mom! Phineas and Ferb are making a title sequence!
That big at the end there. Will you wait a minute? I'm talking. That big at the end there just always seems so unnecessary to me. Oh dear. It's kind of cringy in a way, but I mean that in a nice way. It's good cringe. I did enjoy listening to it for the most part. It had, I keep saying this, but it had a good beat to it. And that is the thing with music, you know. If you don't like the lyrics, you can at least enjoy how the song sounds. You can just tune the lyrics out if you want to. But it's alright. I enjoyed that. I did. There were just some moments I found a bit cringy, like I was saying, like the fact that they say a dodo bird instead of a dodo. I suppose it was to make it fit in with the beat, basically. And I did think maybe it was to rhyme with something, but from what I can see, the next line didn't rhyme with bird, it was something else, so that wasn't actually needed. So, and the ending with it, not just the guitar chords thing, but the whole thing with the mum, all that, it just seemed like a joke that stopped being funny the second time I heard it, and I get why it's there though. I get that it's like the theme of the show. I get all that, but I just remember not liking it. But it was good to hear it again, and even though during the convention I basically just stood there kind of cringing to it, I enjoyed it then. I was happy to hear it again. I was happy to hear it again then. It brought back some good memories, and I'm going to check that show out again. I'm going to check the show out again. I'm sure it'll be available. Yeah, of course it'll be available somewhere, because like very few things aren't available now. So yeah, and like I said, I enjoyed that. There was just the odd moment as I was a bit, but in a good way. Our next show is Botsmaster, and this is the one show that I have not seen a single episode or even a scene from. I discovered this theme by reading some kind of article online some time ago. I think it was in the 2000s, it must have been in the 2000s. I think the show's 80s or 90s, I absolutely don't know. I know nothing about it. well, I know very little about it. I think I saw it on an article that was something like shows that you forgot existed, which usually includes at least one, often quite a few, shows that I didn't forget existed. I'm sure most of you are the same. So if any of you remember Boxmaster, feel free to write down in the comments, say whether you think it counts as a forgotten show or not, because as someone who's never watched it, I can't say either way. Okay, I can sort of remember how this goes. I can remember my opinions anyway.
Street boys, you on the planet, is in a jam, a diabolical plan of only one man.
Yeah.
Army of 3 A's or he beat the judge.
The boys in the guy who made us. They're Metro Boy spots. We're on the block.
Not as bad as I remember. Hockey players? What are you saying? That's like kids' toy, what? Yeah, I remember that.
It's easy for short, I fight the corp, I'm the boss master. Listen up, you all, you're the boys brigade. When it's laser time, put on the 3D shade. Laser time, boys!
Yeah. Hypes of 3D back then as well. Was this 90s then? Or did we have 3D in the 80s? Okay, that wasn't as bad as I remember it being, and I actually remember back then having a specific opinion about the structure of the song, I suppose, like the beat, the melody of it, I guess. And I actually remember I was actually going to put it in some kind of worst TV themes ever list that I was going to do back then, but thankfully never got around to writing. And what I was going to say was that the song basically sounded like if some kid at a school decided to show how tough he was in the playground by creating a song for himself, if that makes sense. Like, so some kid, he wants to show the rest of his school that, how cool, he's tough, he's he's the tough kid in school, or he thinks he is. So he creates a kind of theme song for himself, goes into the playground and just basically sings it, like he means business, that kind of thing. But of course, that completely goes out the window by the fact that he's done a theme song for himself, basically. That was basically the metaphor I was going to go with on the article that never was. It doesn't sound like that much now. It kind of does, I suppose, if I think of it. But it sounded a bit better than I remembered it sounding. I didn't have the reaction like, oh, what are you doing? I didn't have that this time. But I will give this show a go. And the theme is better than I thought. That's the main thing. That is what we're here for. Angela Anaconda now. And this is a show that I do remember watching. I seem to remember the theme song quite well. It's quite short, which back then was probably a good thing. We'll see if that's still true now. So there's probably not that much to be reminded of. But we'll see what happens.
My name is Angela. Hello.
Okay.
Welcome to my very own show. I'll introduce my friends to you.
Pretty limited.
Oh no, it's Minnie Pooh.
Right. At least they used the Pooh nickname as an insult here. I've never understood why putting Pooh at the end of your name is considered affectionate to some people, because it's Pooh. How's that affectionate?
Shooby-dooby-doo-wah-wah. My name is Angela.
Yeah.
And you are listening to Memoirs of Such a Best Time. And now to today's story, starring me and not starring Nanette Manoir.
There isn't really that much to say. And I doubt that was meant to really be that good. I think they probably just wanted to rush the theme song out of there. I'm kind of hoping that was the case. I don't think they put much effort into it, so there's not much for me to say there. and the formatting of it towards the end, it was always kind of confusing to me. I mean, what was it? Yeah, her name is Angela and you are not. What? So what? She's Angela and we're not? 'Cause it kind of sounded like you are not Nanette, but that was part of another sentence. In fact, the lyrics are down here, I think.
2 hours later.
Yeah, my name is Angela and you are not. There's a comma next to Nanette. So, yeah, it goes on to insulting Nanette, and yeah, so it just looks like she's saying that she's Angela and we're not Angela. That's what it looks like. It kind of looks, especially looking at these lyrics now, seeing them written out, it kind of looks like it's mocking a theme song in a sense. But I don't know. The show is better than the theme. I will say that. I will say that. Oh dear.